Welcome to all. I am Nithya, Assistant Professor, Department of Computer Science, JJ College of Arts and Science, Pudukkottai. Now we are discussing the topic web-based Java programming. First of all, we have discussed AWT versus Swing. Earlier Java development graphics classes defined in the AWT. AWT means Abstract Window Toolkit. This toolkit is used to create some swing components in a Java program. For example, the AWT button classes corresponding to a more virtualized swing classes called JButton. However, swing does not generally replaced by the AWT. We still use AWT event and the underlying AWT event processing models. So we have to use some corresponding swing component in a Java programming used AWT window toolkit. So Java is a abstract window toolkit introduced in Java 1.0. Classes are divided into three main categories: graphics, component, layout managers. The introduced AWT toolkit windows where there are three main categories: graphical divided into three main categories of classes: graphics, component, layout manager. Graphics means we have to introduce colors, fonts, shapes, etc. Component means we have used in a window, buttons, menus. Layout manager means we have to control the position of the component on the screen. Each component corresponds to a peer component provided by the native GUI. The platforms, Windows, Sun, Solas, etc. Here is a small subset of the AWT class hierarchy. So we have to introduce AWT. So we have first of all create objects, then have component, then container. The containers of the follows for Windows panels. Windows have divided into frames. Panels have divided into applets. This is all AWT toolkit. Then component of the AWT means we have to introduce abstract classes or super classes. We already know that inheritance is the main concept for the OOPs. Then we have introduced Java in an abstract window toolkit component. So first of all we have to create abstract classes, super classes of all GUI component except menu component and class checkbox group. Containers we have to call a superclass. Superclass for all component that contain other component. Define add for adding component to a container. This is for the example of container. Then we have to use the window, a top level window with no border or menu bar, rarely instanted in the subclasses are more useful. So we have introduced in a toolkit. We have top level window introduced in a Java. We have introduced our frames, a window with a title bar. Can have a menu bar, top level window for Java AWT based applications. We have create an instance of an object that is a frame as is a top level applications windows, then add a GUI component to it. Then we have panel contained that must be contained within another container, does not have its own window. Panel does not have an own window. Applet, you have know that subclasses of a panel actually part of the Java applet packages, not the AWT. AWT actually part of Java applet package, not AWT. So